in the guild at level 60. Or even 150. Imagine if there's enough people out there to do that. So even if you did wipe, you bring people in, you sub people in, and you have enough to like replenish and keep it going. And then like as a community, through sheer numbers and raw brute force, you actually do it and kill Rag. You know, you replace the fallen with new soldiers, and you it's possible. Not in 2 months, maybe in 6. It would just depend on how popular, you know, the project would get, if word of mouth would get onto it, if Blizzard even just gave us the sanction, the official seal of approval, maybe put us on the, that's a big ass, I was gonna say put us on the launcher or something, but if they just said, blessings be upon you, we approve of this event, and we will be watching or something, that would give it a lot of legitimacy too, and people would want to do it more. Is the stream of hardcore characters running in? Yeah. Imagine a full server of hardcore players just to have enough for one Ragnaros kill. I know, man. Would you even be able to use Rebirth? No, you're dead. You're dead. If you die, and it says Release Spirit, this is what I was thinking as far as death rules. If you die, imagine I die right now. You don't send a message to anybody. You don't trade gold to anybody. You don't put items in the guild bank. This is what you do if you die. This is what you do. You have 5 seconds to do it. And again, there's nothing enforcing this, right? But we're just trying to like build a culture. And we're like, if you die, log out, delete. It's realistic. It's like real life. People are just gone. You know, could be a loved one, could be whoever. And that is just like how it works in real life. It's tragic. You don't get to say your goodbyes all the time. You don't get to just trade all your gold and you know stuff after. And that type of stuff, right? That type of stuff will hopefully create a dramatic environment. And can you enchant for other people on hardcore? So yeah, the way we're doing it right now is it's just normal rules to 60. Nothing changing whatsoever. Just, you know, get the 60, 1 life, death equals delete, all the rules, no trading, no grouping other than the 1 instance ID dungeons. But once you get to 60, everything is on the table except you just still have 1 life. But it's within the guild. You can trade, you can enchant, you can group quest, you can run dungeons multiple times if you want. It's still 1 life.
Talk to me.
No auction house though, yeah. It's only like, you know, with other hardcore players. So
Off with you.
it would feel just like when Iron Lad died on this challenge. It would be gut-wrenching. I know. Imagine somebody dies in the raid, guys, and you know the Discord sound where it goes like dum dum, and all you hear is dum 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 dum, and like 10 people just leave the Discord and their character says go offline, leave the guild. It's gonna happen. If we do it, I mean, there's no shot we do it without casualties. We will lose some people.
Here there.
I might lose my guy at 60, and then I'm out, and then I'm just
Be good.
watching from the sidelines, cheering him on. Never know. Him and Ice Claw Bear. Gotta load up on FPP and GFPP. Yo, that's Dax. What's going on, man? If you guys watch, anybody here watch the Hardcore Community Cups we did? Part of the reason why we didn't do another one, you know why? Just keeping it $163, is the last Hardcore Cup we did was unmatched. You couldn't top it. It was too epic on too many levels that, like, what's the point of doing another one, kinda, right? It'll just be kind of like worse. That was the one with Dax and Ampi doing that crazy arc at the very end and finishing like second, and its massive comeback right at the very end, doing crazy stuff. They kited and did that, like, you know, turn in, pick up, turn in, Serena Bloodfeather type strat, whatever you call that strat, with Garenzo Wrench Whistle in Stone Talon Mountains. Kited him all the way, I think, to Ziz Physics, right? Nutty, dude. Nutty. Barely completes the Ashenvale, like, you know, hunt quest at extremely under leveled together. But yeah, Dax, getting the recipes for them is going to be the tough part, right? GFPP, somebody said, what is it, 4% drop off of something in UBRS? You're just gonna have to make a determination. You know, is it worth it to farm it? One mess up, literally one messed up pull, and we'll lose a quarter of our rate or more. Oh, wrong tax. Oh, there's another one. Oh, gotcha. I love the music in this zone. Same. No shot, dude. Tommy Salam, legendary rested XP, speedrun extraordinaire with the massive host. You're joking me, dude. Tommy, thank you so much, man. I was watching your stream earlier. I don't know how you do it, man. Tommy's been getting 600 to 700 average viewers speedrunning. No cam, no mic, just executing his craft of speedrunning. I mean, you love to see it, honestly. You really do. That people are there tuning in for the gameplay, right? And it's not all about just like being amazing looking or, you know, your personality and stuff. Like there's some gamers still out there that just want to watch some efficiency, man. And congratulations to you, Tommy, man. You're actually a gigantic streamer now. Thank you very much for the raid, brother. Tommy Salami, hopefully going to join the ranks of the One Life Rag Kill as well. Tommy is not only an amazing speedrunner, he's an amazing shaman. Had rank 1 in Kara in our guild, on our little Bloodsoul Island. Healing overall for shaman. Be a real asset. Hey, we're looking for a Ice Claw Bear. There is an Ice Claw Bear out here, right? I'm just... Oh, it's right there. For some reason I thought it was white. And that these were the brown ones. Okay. I gotcha. No hot tub. Yo, thanks for all the follows, guys, too. From Tommy's stream. Welcome. I am also a Rested XP Andy. Tommy, Tactics, Zarant, Brandung, and I. We work really well together, and we came together to work on that, the guy that we're using right here. And we're on to other things as well, working as a team together. We're building a site for New World. We're building a site for Diablo, D2R, and D4 and beyond. And you know, we're building it with browser-based tools and guides and all types of stuff. Working on other projects together. You die in the Torn Warrior? No, he's still alive, man. I just was feeling Alliance for some reason. You know what I was really feeling, though? Westfall. I kind of just want to get into Westfall and start plinking Harvest Golems, man. That just sounds like a vibe right now. I don't know if we'll get through this stream. Yo, Gray's in the house? What's good, Gray? How's it going, my man? Gray was doing some theory crafting today on what gear is going to be, what gear he's going to take into, One Life Molten Core.
Interested on the pint? Watch your back.
Okay.
Very good.
We are on the board with pets, right? We're done with this. Training the Beast. Yeah, speak with someone in Iron Forge just to get like the actual... Let's go do that, man. We'll get professions going too. Let's just go to Iron Forge right now. So we can actually tame a proper pet, feed it, just get it out of the way, man. Got that bear, baby. So many legends in this chat. I know. Dashboard, thank you so much for the 3, my friend. Those hardcore tanks would need titanium balls. D2R is going to be sick, I know. It really is going to be sick. A lot of you will just never give it a chance because you're WoW players at heart, and WoW does it for you, and it is very tough to play other games when you're a WoW player. But Diablo 2 had unserviceable graphics for 2021 standard, and if you like didn't have that nostalgia from back in the day, it would be almost unplayable for a lot of people. They really put a beautiful coat of paint over Diablo 2 Resurrected, and it looks amazing. And you can play it on Switch. I think that's the best way to play D2R. That might be sacrilege to the PC gamers that play Diablo, but I just see that being massively fun. Being able to play like a AAA legendary, one of the best games of all time, on a handheld thing, like while you're in bed, just vibing out, like farming. and it works really well on controller and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, is Classic fresh out? Not yet. Not yet. Yo, Pasta with the Prime. Thank you so much, man, for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Chill in bed playing D2R. I know a lot of people don't make that connection, right? It's coming out on console. That means it's coming out on Switch. That means my bear really turned on me. Yeah, good to see you, Killer Karma. Does the challenge need to be done on official servers? I don't want to give Blizz any more money. No, man. I mean, it's a community challenge, so being part of the community is like one of the massive reasons you'd even want to do it, right? But like, if you just want to see if you can do it. The thing is, yeah, we haven't been like verifying hardcore runs. We have a whole leaderboard and stuff, but honestly, just do you, brother. If you want to do it offline on a unofficial server, man, just send it. Bank. Nothing I need to put in the bank. So what professions are we gonna get on this guy? Probably
What
NG.
can I do for you?
NG's so good on Dwarf Hunter. NG and mining.
Be good.
Is the music a bit loud? I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Iron Forge music over the major city music pumps.
What's on your mind?
Mining.
Safe travel.
Alright. NG mining, hell yeah. On the fresh, we should put $50 up for warden staffs and stockade pauldrons. What do you mean? Put 50 up for warden staffs? What's RMT? Just a little RMT to spice things up? Oh, man. I do think it would be really cool if somebody in the community figured out like a way to make it like fantasy football or fantasy baseball or whatever, but for this One Life Ragnaros challenge. Like, it's almost be like a betting pool. I don't know if betting is TOS or not. I'm not really a betting man myself or a gambling man, but it just seems like a way to gamify the experience, even for the viewers, right? You get to watch. You're putting bets on like who you think's gonna die first, if they're gonna even kill Rag. There's like a pot for like, you know, people are betting on if they're gonna do it, if they're actually gonna kill Rag or not.
On your mind?
You know, oh, I got 3 to 1 odds that they're gonna wipe on Rag.
How are you? Up with
You know, and instead of football teams, you have the actual, you know, streamers and people playing as in someone's fantasy hardcore draft or something.
Hello. See you soon. What's on your mind?
There's got to be something there, right? I don't know what it is,
Take
but there's
it
got to be
well
something there.
met. Safe travel.
I can see someone trolling with Get In. It's possible. That would be the most insane thing if somebody actually put in like 12 days played and they secretly like hate Grays or myself or one of the people in there or something, and they just are a saboteur in disguise, a snake in the grass, and they come in and they just Leroy Jenkins into the boss. We should probably have a contingency plan for that though. We should have like in our SOP, our standard operating procedure. If somebody Leroy Jenkins and trolls and griefs the raid, what do? We have a procedure. Everybody drop target dummy, press swiftness pot, and or nifty stopwatch, and sprint out of the dungeon. The raid. Every DPS is a hunter. Is this classic BTR? This is TBC. Alright, let's go to the Hunter Hall and then get NG. We're probably good. Pick 2 DPS and 2 healers and 2 DPS HPS highest total wins per raid. Wait, where's the... Oh yeah, they're both out here. Rogues with Vanish are somewhat safe in raids too? Somewhat, yeah. There's a... What is it? Just always a 1% chance or maybe more in a raid. Any rogues in the chat? Is it different because there's bosses, level 63s? Maybe there's a higher chance to resist Vanish or something. And Feign Death can be resisted as well. There was a time early in Classic that no mission visibility, Ray or Cloak or whatever, was,
Off and away.
you could actually use it to drop combat as well. But I think they fixed it at some point. Bubble Hearth is key for hardcore rating. I think we're gonna go Alliance. If we're actually giving this a serious shot, I do believe that that's what we'll end up going, but nothing's been decided yet. And if we go Alliance, that is a question. Do you allow Bubble Hearth? I think you do, man. I actually think it. So if our guiding lights are fun to play, fun to watch, I think there would be something really cool about having a 5-man pally task force of just Delta Force operators going into Stratholme, the one dungeon that you cannot escape and run back out of because the door is closed. And we send them in, the pally squad, to go and get us a key from Magistrate Bartholomew so we can go in through the back with the rest of the raid and actually get some strat loot going, right? But there are highest speed people in, because you can do a dungeon with all pallies, right? And they have that out with Bubble Hearth. Or do you think it would be not as good? I don't know. I mean, if you Bubble Hearth, you're just bailing on your team, on your raid. I mean, once you bubble, it's not like you have 5 seconds to determine whether you want to bubble Hearth. It's basically a macro. It's like cast sequence, bubble, Hearthstone. Get out of jail free is antithetical to one life. True. True.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
That is true. And the reason why we actually banned it in regular hardcore is there actually is nothing the game world can do to stop you from bubble hearthing out. Literally nothing. There's nothing that can prevent that. So when something is uninteractable, or there's literally no chance of failure, your bubble can't fail, right? Your Hearthstone can't fail. When there's 0% chance of misplay, the only misplay you can do with Bubble Hearth is if you wait too long by 1 second, and that does happen. Anybody who's played Pally has done that before. You try to bubble Hearth out, you start eating, and you take a second and you do a slash spit and you do a slash, raffle, because you just want to do that before you Hearth out right in front of somebody, and you waited too long and you can't Hearth, and then you die in the most humiliating way. Oh yeah, Pet Trainer. So we got our pet thing done, Pet Trainer here. There you go. Yeah.
Good.
Doesn't Bubble have a damage limit you can take? Nah, you're 100% invulnerable. I'd say allowed. Only rule is no deaths and solo rules. Yeah, I'll do what you guys want to do, what everybody wants to do. We'll vote. We'll be democratic. That's how we do everything. We always have done it that way. People want Bubble Hearth. People don't want Bubble Hearth. But I really do think part of the success of hardcore, limited success that we've had, is that the guiding lights have been fun to play. It was actually fun to watch, fun to play in that order, So everything that we do, any rule, does it make both of those increase, or does it not? Oh, okay, we got Hawk, Monkey, Call Bed. Forgot all my Hunter keybinds, man. Tragic. Put it on F5, sure. Why not? I don't really have any cheap meat as well. I should get some. I'm trolling. Isn't there a freshly baked bread person that walks around the main area? Because I'm gonna get a boar. Revive bets. I used to have. Keybinds are screwed up. Okay, let's go. KB. There we go.
Be careful.
Blizzard might not make a dedicated hardcore server, but I could see them making a mode you can enable. If RuneScape can do it, so can they. True. Yeah. It's true. It's possible. Anything is possible. But I do think it would be sick. Could you imagine, visualize for a second? I mean, basically what this game mode is doing, in a sense, is aligning the incentive to have fun with the incentive to have of efficiency and sweaty metagaming and stuff, like aligning all of those to recreate a similar experience to how it was back in the day, when gear felt epic, when the game felt hard, when you felt, you know, when you play hardcore, type of one in the chat if you've ever experienced this. You're playing hardcore, right? And you notice something about the game, and you're like,
hello.
It's almost like they designed the game to be this way. Like they almost, it almost feels like, it almost feels like maybe they thought the player was gonna have this sense of like death being a really bad thing with some of the vendor items they included.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I don't know, I'm not really articulating it that well. I've said that same bit before, but you have these moments where you're like, man, I think the game was like intended to be played this way or something. But yeah, like what I was saying is, imagine you walk into a major city like this, and you see this same guy right here. But you know this guy's never died. And you pop a quick inspect on him, and you look at each piece of this gear, and it just means 10 times more. And it's just so insane. You see this terrestrian strangle staff, and you're like, my god, this man braved Karazhan with his one life character. And he got all this gear. Death was a much bigger deal in MMOs in 2004 than now. All I learned in hardcore is boats are scary and don't drown. Hey Chief, are you getting rank 1 this season? I don't think so. Okay, there's a small chance that, let's say the brackets don't inflate too much, and it's pretty clear we're going to get Glad on, you know, our mains, which will likely be the orc team. We may send it on our alts and see how high we get last day. If it looks like we're locked in Glad on one team, we may just send it, because what's the point of getting double regular Glad? You might as well just push rank 1 on the other one, at least try. Do I think Roguelock is even a rank 1 capable team? No. There's no Roguelock sitting rank 1 right now. Yeah, I think the cutoff is like 27 something. There are a few Roguelock teams higher than us right now, like 2 or 3, but still none in the rank 1 range. But we may as well just send it on the alts. Weren't some of the original guys who made WoW really into EverQuest, which was hard on deaths? Probably, yeah. They were cut from all. They were that. That was a legendary breed of gamer. The early MMO gamers, the people who first got into MMOs, the MMOs were way more hard. Okay, MMOs in true or false? MMOs in 2001 were more hardcore than they are now. True or false? I actually don't know. I think in some ways, right? They were, right? But then at the same time, you have like arena and mythic raiding, and like, you know, people are so sweaty now. But I think like the game design philosophy was way more unapologetic. Like they literally didn't care if you just like lost all your gear or something horrendous happened to you. Is it? Ultima Online back then, it was absolutely cutthroat and insane. And EQ, you would lose EXP and lose levels when you died, and leveling took up forever. It was brutal AF. Does Rested XP add-on work on Classic Era realms or just TBC? The add-on will work, no problem. Oh, should I get a boar? Nah, there's better boars, right? This is level 6. There's better boars. Accept Operation Recombobulation. Should we do all this stuff on the left side? Meh. Meh. Oh, yeah, sorry. The add-on does work on Classic Era, but the route will not work. You can try to follow it. Like, if you really had to, maybe you could just get something from it and then just, like, use your brain and skip to another section or something and try to get some value from each section, but it's totally different, the route, compared to TBC. But I think Zarant and Tommy are working on putting together a route for Classic Era that will work for Rested XP. Like, so Rested XP will support Classic Era once they get done making the route. Am I the only person that's just not really that excited
How are you?
about the remaster of D2 and I played it back in the day? Ooh. Oh, well, maybe you can expand upon that, because if you were to ask people what game, if you were just to take 1,000 sample gamers that were within our age group, not even just like Blizzard Andes, just random people, and you said, what game, if you could snap your fingers and choose a game to get remastered, or what game needs a fresh coat of paint the most, I think it would 100% be D2 would be the vote from everybody. People love that game. It's considered one of the best games ever made, and it's just like hurting visually. It really like it's too much. And maybe you don't like it that much because you don't understand it. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I just recently like understood the appeal of Diablo. I didn't really get it until recently. Now I know what it's like. You hop into different lobbies, you look for tryst runs, you look for tomb runs. There's actually a lot of a social component to it. And here's the thing about D2. You WoW Andies may not know this. And shout out to Winkypotamus for educating me. There are certain runes, and you need these runes to create rune words. Rune words, think of a rune word like an epic piece of gear, or a legendary, epic piece of gear. But the rune word is basically a piece of gear. They're not all created equal. They can roll different levels in the rune words. So you get a really good one or a really bad one. And there are some runes that you need to make like the best gear that have like a 0.0001% chance. Like you'll never find it. It's actually statistically like impossible that you'll find it yourself. So you actually need other people to help you make the items. So the economy aspect is a big thing with Diablo. And you know, maintaining good relations with people and looking for the right items you need, shopping around for the right runes you need. There's a whole kind of like boosting meta called rushing. Pretty much all the stuff that we have in WoW, they kind of have in Diablo in a way. Is XP faster here? I don't think you get any XP increase in the rate until like level 15 or something. Yeah, but it's just D2 again. People have been optimizing the builds on that game for 20 years. Yeah, true, but it's just different types of people, different types of gamers, right? Some people really crave that discovery. They want new content they can experience for the first time, and it's magical, and that's what they really love. But there are a certain breed of gamers that they just care about optimization, mastery, efficiency, and learn. They don't mind playing the same game over and over. They consider it a craft. They consider it almost like a sport. And you know, so what if the game's been out 20 years? How long has, like, you know, soccer or tennis or any of the real sports been around? You know, so my whole point would be, I don't think there's anything wrong with the static game, but at the same time, I do acknowledge that if it's totally a static game, people start saying dead game. It doesn't feel like there's a pulse. So it could be the same baseline game, but they make small changes to balance, right? Because that's what they do with, like, esports and stuff like Dota and CSGO. Like, they'll make little changes to the guns. They'll make the, you know, randomly, the SG for the longest time in Counter-Strike was like an absolute meme. Like, if you used it, you're like a pathetic noob. And it was actually a gun that I really liked, you know. I would use the SG a lot. People would make fun of me. Like, oh, using the SG. Like, imagine needing the scope, the old boomer and stuff. But I mean, I was like, you know, DMG or so, or a little bit higher than that sometimes. And then randomly, the SG became amazing, and pros were using it to one-tap people. So, in Dota, they tweak the heroes around too. So you could take a game like Diablo or World of Warcraft Classic or something, and you make small changes to it that doesn't change like the fabric of the game. They're just like small balance changes, and then it feels like the game has a pulse and it's alive and breathing, and then people want to play it. SG has always slept in CSGO, but people slept on it. Hey, I miss watching the hardcore runs, bro. It's hard to really sit and watch normal WoW, but these runs are great. Hell yeah, man. Good to have you here, little dude. You know you're a boomer when you say Dota and CSGO instead of LoL and Valorant? Yeah. I mean, LoL's been around for a super long time now, too. But yeah, Valorant, again, like, I really feel my age when I look at the games. When I look at the newer games, and they're all, like, cartoony and animated and... Okay, what's the most badass game ever made? In your mind. The most, just the coolest game. I don't know how you define cool. It just does it for you, man. Like, just on paper, you read the description of the game and you're like, dude, that is badass. Witcher 3, solid option. Tekken 3, actually pretty solid option. Good to see you, Cherry. Baldur's Gate. I want to play that on iPad. That's another legendary game. They ported it to iPad, and I never played it. I kind of want to, because a lot of people love that game. Bloodborne, Champions of North, SOCOM. Ooh, yeah. So for me, it's CS:GO is right there for me, man. I think Halo is actually really cool too. I mean, with time and age, I look back at the Halo plot and universe, and it isn't the most unique, inspired thing ever. There's been other things with like Space Marines and, you know, super soldiers and alien, you know, Covenant type archetypes. Like, it's not the most unique thing ever. But Halo's up there for me. But CS:GO is really up there, man. If you think about it, you pilot either a team of counter-terrorists or terrorists. First of all, it's kind of edgy. You can play terrorists, right? And you are on a hyper-realistic bomb defusal mission or hostage rescue mission. You're throwing smoke grenades, flashbangs to clear out routes. It's realistic in the sense, you know, one headshot, just one tap, pink mist, you're dead. Like, CS:GO on paper is badass. Even the gear they're wearing and everything. You have a knife that the speed, the mechanics, the physics. Another one that comes to mind for me, though, was Age of Empires. I love Age of Empires. I really attribute like a lot of my love for history and like military history and stuff, believe it or not, to Age of Empires, man. Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 3, The Conquerors. Listening to the campaigns and listening to the stories of all these legendary historical figures, Joan of Arc, Genghis Khan, learning about the fall of Rome, the Byzantine Empire, learning about, you know, Constantinople and the Huns. Like, that shit is so cool, man. I dream sometimes of maybe making a military history channel or something, and you just make videos. What did soldiers eat in like the 18th century? And you look at their rations and stuff, and like, oh, you just look at cool weapons and like see how they worked. And anyone get AoE in a cereal box when they were a kid? They already remastered AoE 2? Yeah, I bought it. Do you listen to Hardcore History? Yep. In Australia, they bundled AoE with Nutri-Grain when I was a kid. Let's see. Unreal Tournament? Yeah, Unreal Tournament's pretty dope. Let's see. SOCOM is pretty badass, though. Was SOCOM the first online console game? Hold up, my pet is about to run away from me, bro. So I remember, it was middle school. Man, that was just such a golden age of gaming, right? What do you think the biggest 5-year golden age of gaming was? Stretch. I think obviously like the PlayStation N64 time is definitely up there for sure. Another one hit when I was in middle school, like 6th to 9th grade. You know, that's when like Halo, WoW. There was a time too I went into Fies Electronics, and you walk in there, you see a huge poster of SOCOM Navy SEALs. You know, you see these guys face painted on a little dinghy boat, M4s in hands, and they sell these little packs that would plug into the back of your PS2 so that your like dial-up or DSL or like phone line internet would go into the back of it. And that was like, I want to say, one of the first games that you got to wear a headset and talk to people online, and that was like scary and crazy to even think about that back then. SOCOM is badass, like, for sure, man. You still do Arena, bro? Oh yeah, man, I was pumping last night. 25:30 at the moment. SOCOM was one of the first on console. Gears of War was it was badass. It wasn't S tier because I reserved that spot for like Halo and stuff. Gears of War was a shocking game, though, in the context of its time. Chainsawing somebody in half was actually like really graphic back then. Like, I think we're really sensitized to like violence and sexuality and stuff a lot more now. I'm not even saying it's like good or bad, but like that was really shocking. That the animation of Chainsaw was like pull somebody close and just saw them in half and their body just like fell apart. And the graphics of Gears of War, It reminds me of when Perfect Dark Zero came out on Xbox 360. They added just like a shininess to all the textures that made it look less realistic, but more like jaw-dropping, insane, and next gen, if you know what I'm talking about, right? And seeing Gears of War for the first time, and just the animations and how everything looked, everything was glistening and glossy. It had so much. It was so insane when that game came out, and then those ads with that legendary song that they played on there. And yo, Wesley, thank you for that membership, bro. Kill Mange Claw. Did I already do this? I am incapable of playing this game at any degree of efficiency while I'm streaming, I swear. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I actually recently played that again, the N64 version. That game was super ahead of its time. 100%. One of my cousins also playing Left 4 Dead for the first time, and us both discovering the tank coming at us for the first time. Alright, another question. Most underrated game. Should I yoink this? Should I yoink this? I yoinked it. I publicly yoinked the Mage Claw from this guy. And now he heals me. This guy is a better man than me. My bad, bro. I just didn't know if I could summon him again, because I think that was my Mage Claw, and he didn't, like, he still needs to summon his. Is there an EU guild gonna do a mortal rat kill? Yo, you guys can try, man. I would encourage you. Hell yeah, that would be sick. That was my original idea after talking with Grace, to make it like NA versus EU, and have a bit of a rivalry going on. But then it detracts from actually how hard the challenge is. It's legitimately almost impossible, and it's more entertaining in hardcore to actually watch people die than it is to succeed, I think.
Here there.
But not too soon. I mean, if you die at like level 10, who cares? But I think that's true. It's more entertaining to watch people die with a huge amount of investment in their character and stuff. So you get to watch a movie or a TV show and know that it's almost certainly going to have a bad ending, or like the odds are really stacked against us. It's extremely unlikely we will complete the challenge, and you get to watch that unfold before your very eyes for your entertainment. Alright, honest question, does hardcore feel different in TBC? It feels awkward to me. But then again, I actually have 0 stripes to really comment on it, because I have not gotten past like level 20 something in TBC. But I don't know, I can't quite describe it. Like, in TBC, all the classic content hits different. You're just kind of like Outland when, TBC when, Draenei when, like, Ghostlands when can I actually play the game? Like, all this exists in the same capacity it did in Classic, but it just feels different. Like, the items don't feel as valuable or as interesting, because you're just trying to get through it all so you can get into TBC, and then you kind of never look back. So it is. I'm not gonna. I think a part of me feels like hardcore works better in Classic. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this guy to a decent level, and maybe I can have some more interesting. Because the pacing is better in TBC, right? Because 1 to 60 on 1x in vanilla really does take like forever, man. Like, to the point where even if you love the game so much, like, it gets almost too much sometimes. You're like, this really sucks. Whereas in TBC, that pacing is accelerated, and you're hitting these timings where you get cool stuff like mounts and stuff, and probably a better ebb and flow. And then you're in Outland. The classes are the classes just straight across the board more fun to play in TBC than in vanilla? I think they are. I think they're literally just better in TBC in terms of they feel better to play. They're more fun to play, more fun to watch. But the one exception might be Warrior. Like, Classic Warrior is incredible, man. They're actually a sports car. Like, what class was more fun to play in vanilla? Wow. Look how fast that loyalty level is. Level 2 already? I've had him for like 5 minutes. I have gore already? See, that's a TBC change right there. Wow, man. You get a board that starts with gore and... Oh, let's put on track mineral. And beast training. Can't train any of this until... Okay. Classic where it puts hair on your chest and then you get rewarded by being the best class. Yeah. My problem with TBC is that prop values get to Wrath Lich in one expansion before everyone else. So one thing about TBC, and I'm curious why this didn't affect Classic, or maybe it did, is that you guys really all noticed there's a massive shortage of tanks in TBC. And a big part of that is a raiding guild has 25 spots, only 2 of which have tanks in them.
Well met.
Like, it just maths out in a way that there's going to be a huge tank shortage. Whereas in Classic, it's not as bad. I almost feel like that was a problem across every server that had like just a universal negative effect on the server health and community when people were trying to run dungeons and literally could not because there's no tanks.
Be good.
And then the tanks run the dungeons just enough times to get what they need and they're just done. I remember seeing Bloodthirst for like 3k pretty consistently in Classic where I barely see them on TBC. Rogue's more fun in vanilla? Nah, man. No shot, dude. Maybe in the PvE side of things. I actually just like can't believe that rogues... And they still were amazing in Classic PvP, right? Anybody main rogue in Classic? How do you feel about it? But I mean, just playing a rogue with no Cloak of Shadows and no Shadow Step. I mean, you're like the same old class for the most part. You just have no Cloak and no Shadow Step. That seems kind of unplayable. But somehow people played it and owned people on rogue. I don't know, man.
How are ya? Great to meet you. Watch your back.
What's your opinion about survival hunters in TBC or vanilla, or what aspect of the survival hunter? In TBC, it's been a roller coaster, my perspective on hunters. I first went into TBC playing on like Endless One and trying out hunters, very optimistic. I was like very excited to do so much damage. BM was feeling incredibly powerful. Had my little one-shot macro, was blasting, feeling great. Then I started to realize that the hunter playstyle in Arena isn't that. You're not blasting people as BM. And you actually can, though. There are... I think they fell off actually now a bit. I don't even know if there might be a couple in Glad range. Like it actually might be like a Rogue Lock tier comp. Not rank 1 tier, but like Glad tier. Barely. Is BM Hunter Rogue. And the trick is net. So BM Hunter has no drawback to the Gnomish Netomatic projector that you can throw. There's 2 downsides to the Netomatic projector. It can either fail and just root you, or it can fail in another way where it like gets hooked to your clothes and it pulls you to the target and it nets you both. Because the hunter goes red and is immune to all CC, there's literally no drawback to the net, and it's so powerful, man. It's so powerful. It does not break on damage. You can just pump like 20k damage into a guy and the net won't break. So yeah, you can play BM Hunter and probably get up to like 2400. So yeah, there you go. But it's like just with a rogue you can play. But the main playstyle for hunters in TBC is, you know, you're playing these drain comps. You're playing with the druid. You're playing with the priest. And that really turned me off. It seemed like a very unfun playstyle. And I kind of thought hunters were weak because they would struggle in a 1v1. And they do. In a 1v1 they get rinsed by like everybody. But you know, if you're playing on a PvE server, that's just a non-factor. My entire experience playing TBC has been on a PvE server. Like, I don't even remember what it's like to fight somebody out in the open world. It's you're playing on a PvE server, it doesn't matter. That entire downside of your class is gone. You're not going to die. You're not going to lose 1v1s and get ganked and stuff. Hunters are doing really well, and the rank 1 team right now in 2s is what? Dwarf Hunter, Dwarf Priest. I actually think Dwarf Racial is the strongest racial in PvP, and for whatever it's worth. I probably have some rogue lock bias. I'm not like a rank 1 god or anything, but for what it's worth, dwarves are actually the most insane race in PvP. They are so insane.
Well met.
They are like they're unkillable monsters.
See you soon.
I think I was just gonna come here to get the flight path. I'm gonna leave. So, yeah, I guess to tie it back full circle, hunters are really strong in arena, man. You can actually get rank 1. And then you also can be top DPS in PvE. So if you really think about it, hunters have the whole package in TBC. So I'm taking a few steps back of how I was feeling before. They really can get the best possible experience in TBC.
Talk to me. How are you?
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Let's get out of here. Can someone say what a mortal raid is? We are attempting to kill Ragnaros and raid with 40-man raid on hardcore mode. So everybody has 1 life, death equals delete, even in the raid. One wipe and you see 40 people delete their character. And we're going to assemble this for the next Classic Fresh that'll be dropping soon, hopefully. If there was something I'm gonna roll bear for Rag. Oh, you're playing with this Hypercat? You're kidding me. You're kidding me, Hypercat. You're kidding me. You're playing on the 1 life Rag? That's amazing. That's incredible news. You're gonna play bear for Rag? I think Bear's gonna be super strong because Bear's so weird at him. Hell yeah. Getting a 100 parsing druid mastermind in the
How are you?
and I mean cool people at the end of the day. That's amazing news. Yeah.
What's on your mind? What can I do for you?
I feel the same about Hunter Arenas. I played Hunter Priest in the playstyle was pretty unfun, honestly. Yeah, it is. And it would bother me playing a Hunter in Arena where you just sit on Flare and you refuse to move and you're like, you go first. Hunter's also a comp in the arena when you play it. Like, you can very easily have multiple, like, 1 hour plus games. Roguelike, you just run in there, you blow your whole load, you either line it up perfectly, kidney shot resists, or it doesn't resist. You win the game, you lose the game, go next. It's like face Hunter. So Hunter is like that. Survival has surprised me, though. It's quite powerful. I think there's something about their traps that make them a lot stronger. It almost feels like they can have perma frost trap down, and like the entrapment procs more or something. And that is the most powerful slow in the game. Even against, like, if you're fighting like a warrior team in arena and they like hamstring root you and perma mace stun cringe you to death, like, you can still waddle around a little bit. You get stuck in the hunter frost trap, you'll never connect again. You're just permanently slowed forever. It just feels pretty desperate on gambling. At least the server is dying. People only raid log. If you aren't playing arena, you aren't playing on that server. Feels trapped. Yeah, that's kind of the story of phase 1, right? You're either into arena, you're having a great time, or like, you know, a decent time. And if you're not into arena, like, there's like nothing to do and you're just raid logging. What server is this hardcore rag happening on? It's going to be happening on the new fresh server that will be launching TBD. I hope it's like a month or two. Alright, so I guess, can we just go to Elwyn Forest, switch the vibe up? It's probably not correct in terms of efficiency. Hoppy's probably cringing right now, but just go, man. I want to see Westfall. I want to see the forests. Let's just send it, man. Go to Elwyn with my little boar. Level 10, good enough, man. Good enough. Oh, look at the talent trees. Those are taken right from Diablo. Won't a new fresh server kill TBC? Nah. What do you guys think? A new fresh classic server. First of all, do you think it's going to be popular? Or not? I've realized in life, the things I'm into are like extremely niche. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know if somebody... There's two things about the things I usually like in life. They're usually complete sausage fests, and they're completely niche. I'm usually just surrounded by dudes in them for some reason, and they're very, like, niche. And, like, I drink, you know, I get really into it and stuff, but it's not really something that, like, the broader audience really like that much. Or whatever. I mean, like, hardcore is an example. There's other stuff that comes to mind, like, you know, it was like tabletop games growing up and stuff, Magic the Gathering, lots of like really nerdy stuff. Like, so I don't know what the majority of WoW players are gonna do. I think a lot of people, if you ask them and tell them about Classic Fresh, they would just say like, "Why would I ever play Classic again? TBC is here." Like, that is actually so dumb. And the people who like Fresh, we would be. Oh, I should do this whistle thing. Oh, this is good XP. The people who like Fresh and starting again and are like a very small minority. I don't know. Is the classic server subscription required? What, to play on the One Life Rag? Yeah, we're playing on official servers, so. Fools, you can get rid of bots, but we know they won't. Well, that's the thing. Hardcore solves all those problems, man. Community game mode for the win. You don't have to worry about bots. You don't have to worry about anything. You're literally in your own lane, in your own metagame, completely immune and unaffected by all of the Activision misplays. You're just chilling, man. Who cares? It's a bot. And we're pretty much 90% of the way there. Like, we can have, like, almost full Final Form fun with hardcore. The one piece we are missing, though, again, would be, like, seasonal servers with like a leaderboard and stuff, and also like a true hardcore server would be amazing to see. I dream to see that one day, where you walk into a city and everybody has one life and you know they have one life, and it's not just like an honor system. It's real. It's real. You literally have one life.
Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you?
Okay, can I make this tram? Can I make this tram? The follow-up gives you no XP. Skip it. Let's go. Nice. Barely made it. If they had even 5 fresh servers, they would still all have long queues. Fresh will be popular as hell. Honestly, worst thing though, if they make just one PvP server. We actually couldn't do the rag attempt on a PvP server. Impossible. Just wait for hardcore bots to pop up farming the edge of gray mobs to level. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what do they stand to gain though? What are those bots gonna do? RMT gold to the hardcore players? These people are immune to the pitfalls of just like wanting to be the best and stuff. Like, if a lot of us have done that already, or it doesn't appeal to us, you know. Like, if it was a true hardcore server, would there be any bots? I don't think so, man. Like, even a really good script is just gonna malfunction at some point, and bot's gonna die to like harpies in the charred veil or something. Hardcore server would be sick. I know, man. And I still haven't done anything about it, but that's why it takes a team, right? Some people have stronger work ethic and would be more down to like help with it, but like it would be sick once we get some momentum going to kind of just formally reach out to Blizzard and go, hey Blizzard, really think this is a good idea? What are your thoughts on it? Like maybe you want to like work together on this and make something actually really truly special and like and massive, and just like formally ask for their help. They may say no and say like, nah, not interested, and it's their right to, but should at least try and see. You never know. You miss all the shots you don't take, and I've missed so many shots in my life because I didn't ask. That's a big problem I have. I just don't ask enough. If it doesn't just like work out naturally, I just
Talk to me.
move on.
See you soon.
Alright, I'm gonna get the flight path here, and we're gonna just do some Elwyn quests. 5 bot parties could end up being a thing on hardcore. There's no way there's just one PvP server. That would be so stupid to think everybody just wants to roll on a PvP server. Yeah. The problem with seasons is that the leveling process for normal humans, not time your tactics, is that by the time us old people even get to play, like 60 is time for a new fresh. But that's not that bad of a thing though, Apricot, because in that seasonal, cyclical model for servers, it becomes less about endgame. And I think you do enjoy the journey more. And it's less enticing to like super turbo metagame sweat and, you know, go super ham, because you know that it's finite, like it's gonna reset at some point. So and the thing is about Classic in particular, vanilla, the leveling is just a massive part of it. It's not like 10% of the overall enjoyment on the server, like it's like 70%, and the end game is icing on the cake. The actual meat and potatoes is leveling and pre-bis grind and like early raiding. So like, you know, I mean, even with fresh servers, server launches, people start raiding, and then it's just a steady decline down. What if you could refresh and start again and start anew before it starts just like withering away and dying? You know? And then commemorate and memorialize your achievements. Make it feel like people took away something. They got a title, like a gladiator or this. And those are things that people add to their gaming belt. You know? Same thing like with seasons in Arena. You know? You get glad, you pushed, you did it, you got the title, you earned it. And then it goes again.
Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
Because what does it all translate? You get best gear, then your character just rots, you know? Make it mean something. Seasonal, cyclical. You still using the Get Rested XP guide on this run? Not really. Maybe I'll try to switch it to the Elwyn one or something. They're gonna tell me to go to Ghostlands, but I'm like literally playing to experience the ambience of Classic again. I don't really want to go to any of the TBC zones, so I'll just like stay in Westfall and all these places as long as possible.
What are you looking for? Have a good one.
Alright, flight path. Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't afford it, Sag. If I could...
Well met.
Can I make 10 silver? Yo, it would be so sick. There's a Hogger staff I could get. Can I make 10 silver? How can I make 10 silver? 10 silver. 1 silver.
At Cargo's, which 3 specs would you say are easiest for solo hardcore in vanilla?
Oh, so close.
For the alliance. Greetings.
950? 950.
Inventory.
One more silver. I might have to get butt naked.
Can I help you?
I might have to get butt naked, boys. How much is this? 80? I'm gonna replace that anyway. How much is this? 2 silver. Alright, just sell this thing. I'll keep my weapon.
I can't
Be
carry
careful.
anymore.
King's honor, friend.
Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Now I can get the Hogger staff. Start slapping things. Need flight path. Make this my heart. Screw it. Yo, Roman, thank you for the 5, man. Which 3 specs would you say are easiest for solo, hardcore, and vanilla?
Interest you on a pint? Be good.
Easiest?
You need something?
How are you?
Oh shit, you guys didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that.
Be careful.
You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You did not see that, dude. Erase that from your memory, man. You did not. Easiest?
You need something?
Oh shit, you guys didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that.
Be careful.
You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You did not see that, dude. Erase that from your memory, man. You did not. Nope. Not talking about.
What's on your mind? How are you?
I can't attack.
Hi.
I can't carry anymore.
Great to meet you. Talk to me. Safe travel.
Can I help you?
Well met. Great to meet you. Watch your back.
Honored,
Off
I'm
with
sure.
you.
Very good.
What can I do for you? See you soon. What's on your mind? Be good. How are ya? See you soon.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
I
See
don't
you
have a
soon.
target. Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore. Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore. Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
Let me see if there's potions here too. There could be some lessers here. I don't know if anything is easier than the other, to be
I
honest.
supply only the finest goods.
I mean, gun to my head, I'd say Pally. Ooh, we got the slapper potion.
Be careful.
One of them. We got our lay on hands. Got a one lay on hands charge. but it's probably Pally. But at the same time, I swear, who's played a healing class in hardcore here? You don't play like you don't have healing. Like when you play classes that don't have healing, you play like you don't have healing, and you're actually kind of like equally as safe to the classes that have healing. The classes that have healing play like they have healing, and then they just get themselves in worse spots and die, or they just like fall off Thunderbluff or something. Like they're all kind of equally hard in a sense, you know. Like playing a warrior or like a rogue or something actually may be kind of like low-key easier than playing a priest. Because you just know you're so delicate as a rogue and it's so glaringly obvious to you that you're like dialed in and you like, you know, you play like you have 0 healing and then fall back to a potion and a dark rune or a tuber. I'm so confused, Scar. Is this Blizzard or not? Yeah, this is Blizzard. But there's a new Classic Fresh coming soon, so we're planning to do a 1 life Ragnaros attempt on the new Fresh that comes out. When it comes out, we're already forming the community and the raid. Lots of the legends from the Peace Server days and the early Classic days are joining the team, and we're going to see if it can be done. Seamus, brother, it's great to see you, man. I want to heal Shammy for this, but if it's ally focused, then GG. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we go Horde, just to silence the haters saying, oh, you know, your bubble water thing or something. Who knows? Maybe if you go Horde, maybe we do it because it feels like more of an achievement if you do it. Just do it. I don't know. Oh, let's go do the Hogger thing. Let's get Hogger. I did level 10 with my trusty, tusty level 7 boar. Level 7 boar, dude. That's a bit sketchy. Fury is real nice. Isn't there like a good gun I could buy at level 10? I'm pretty sure I'm just like trolling myself this whole run. I think there's a white gun I could have bought at level 10. It's fine though, I'm hunter, I'm OP. I'm an OP hunter, and I have a 1 lay on hands charge. Think any Pallies will try to do Pally Mount Quest?
Inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
What do you have to do again? Probably not, man, honestly. It seems kind of like a waste. Because it takes a lot of gold, and gold's actually be really hard to come by. Oh, my first copper vein. Yo, what's up, Drifter? Gotta go to Strat and Skolo. Yeah, we'll see. How's dad life going? Yo, dad life is not bad. It is not bad. It has gotten back to normal. So anybody, you know, about to have a kid or thinking about having a kid, don't feel like all the walls are going to come crumbling down and you're going to be a hollow husk of your former self. It is not bad. It is actually really nice. It's like very rewarding already, and it's only been like a month, you know? I've said it before, say it again. You know, like making a child or whatever is like the closest that comes in IRL to like Harry Potter-esque magic. Like it's legitimately magic. You're picking another player out in the open world and you're combining your stats and splicing your chromosomes together and making a combination hybrid class between 2 of you. It's literally magic. There's stuff about it that's actually magical. Like I like it. I know this might be corny, but I didn't know this. Did you know every breastfed meal is custom? So if you breastfeed, like they say, don't only do it with a bottle, because every time you know the child makes contact through the saliva, that's like the thing that triggers it. The mother's body will detect what nutrients or antibodies the baby is deficient in and give them a custom meal. Next level. Stuff like that. I did not know that. Boarding. Very nice, very nice.
I can't carry anymore.
Hey man, first time here. I've watched some of the YouTube highlights from the past live streams. Good luck to Car Hunter's Journey. Hell yeah, man. It'll good to see you, Marius.
Inventory is full.
I love your hardcore content. The community you help build is incredible. Oh, thank you, brother. Good to have you here, Raxan. Kids are awesome. Nothing more rewarding. True. It's pretty nice. I mean, kind of makes you feel... It's like a hedge against your own success and mortality. I'm just keeping it a $1.93. You guys, like, you know, you never know when your time is up. It's kind of like an actually extremely terrifying thought. You know, everybody like has like an existential crisis from that time to time. And there is comfort in the fact that, like, if you have kids, like, you kind of did something with your life. You like produced the next generation. It kept it going, kept the hype train rolling. You feel less existential angst when you have offspring. Facts. Kids are also nothing more rewarding. When's the baby car? Baby Gray's duo HC leveling team starting? Right. I can't wait till she comes online and is able to like play games and stuff. Man. Love your content though, man. Pretty trashy WoW, but watching you guys gets that itch for me. Yeah, I mean, whether or not you're good or not at WoW or something, like pretty much every single person in here grew up with WoW, and was a chapter of your life, you know. So whether you're playing it or not, just watching people play it or hearing the sights and sounds, it's really, really nice. I'm cranking the music back up again. We're out of the city. There you go. But yeah, Gray's due any day now, huh? Women literally have superpowers. How they grow and feed babies with their bodies. Yeah, no, it's actually. And then the crazy thing, I'll get off this topic after. It might be uncomfortable for some, but the crazy thing is that, like, you know, creating a life is like a huge, like, it's not an easy process. It's almost like a boss fight. Like when you see women in labor, it's like it's actually an extremely challenging task, and they're just like fighting and like battling to get it done. And like, it is not easy. It's like you ultimately defeat the last boss, and then you actually create a life. Like it takes a colossal effort. Alright, let me check if there's a rare spot in here. No, level 2. Let's go. How's my ammo looking? Pretty good. I saw you and Brand push 2530. You guys feeling that sound of save? Yo, what up, Kaz? We're feeling pretty good about it, Kaz. So what we've been doing, and highly recommend it, I've never felt more impact and success from our strategy until this past week. Our strategy was to level up alts as well, of the same class and comp. I chose a different race though. I chose Undead, and Brand just made an identical, basically carbon copy of his character. And we did it so that we can leapfrog our rating up and have another team to hedge against disaster. So what we're doing right now is we're pretty much like pushing a good stretch and like leapfrogging. So you push up like 50 points or so, or maybe 60 points higher than the other team. And then you just, that's your hedge. You're at least that. Then you go to the other team, and with a clear conscience, you can still spam Q, work your way up to that, push a bit further, and keep going back and forth. So we have multiple teams right now sitting 25 plus, and, you know, if we have to, and it keeps inflating, you know, we have like a hedge team. Definitely the move. It would be really like, really unnerving to just have one team and just hope for the best. I don't remember, but are you part Japanese? No, I'm not, man. I do speak conversational Japanese though. That might be what you're remembering. And yeah, I know it's kind of a weird thing about me, but like I went to like basically international schools grown up and had a lot of like Japanese friends and stuff. But yeah, not like super into anime or anything like that. I watched all like the main ones though, you know, like Death Note and stuff. But... Oh, what's up? Morgan the Sky. Hell yeah, I actually think she drops a gun. Maybe. We'll see. Do you use only action cam on melee peeps? Oh no, I can use it on this guy too, I just forgot to put it on. Can you explain how this hedging works compared to having just one team? You're less likely to send it and push if you only have one team. If you only have one team, you're gonna play scared. You're gonna play scared, and you're gonna want to like hold and then just hope for the best, and then you're gonna get cold because you're holding and you're not playing actively. You're not lubed up and warmed up and ready to pump. So that if you have to play, yeah, I mean you're gonna be cold, right? But this way, when you're leapfrogging, you push a little bit further, then you hop on the other team, and you can continue to Q and spam Q with a clear conscience and keep your skills up. Keep the strats fresh in your mind. Good to see you back on Cargos. Loving the analogies. Yo, Korean American chestnut. Yeah, good to see you too, man. Can't forget that name. You're in the Bay Area, right, bro? So it's a psychological thing? A bit. Yeah, 100%. I mean, but it's also just like a tangible thing. I mean, like, just having two teams is better than one for various reasons. But I'm really happy with our strat. And the psychology is actually a big part of this arena grind. It's almost, I want to say, like a toxic system. The arena, like, what they did in retail pretty much is they do, at a certain point, I think they just call it, and they say, okay, here's the rating you need to get Glad, here's the rating you need to get rank 1. And it's just locked in.